Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I hope I find you all healthy and well. Today's practice, we're going to be focusing on that booty. So get ready to feel a lot of heat in the legs, a little bit of burn in the bum, and not in a Mexican food sort of way. All that aside, today's practice, we are going to be focusing a bit into balancing postures because that's going to help stimulate and strengthen the gluteus medius, which is one of the smaller glute muscles that wraps around the outside of the hip. So I do encourage you to have a couple of blocks nearby just in case, but if you have some struggles with balance or you're just not feeling so grounded today, I recommend that you have a wall nearby, and you'll be seeing me give cues to use the wall because some of the stuff we'll be doing can be a little bit tricky. On that note, I know you're all wondering where I got this ridiculous outfit, and it has mushrooms on it. I made it. No big deal. So I just had to get that out there. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Oils in the diffuser today, nice grounding blend. We have patchouli, frankincense, and myrrh, equal amounts of each. So let's do this thing. So we're actually going to be starting reclined on our backs today, and I didn't mention it before, but we will be using a yoga strap. So if you want to grab one of those right now, whatever it is that you use to stretch out your legs, please have that nearby. And I invite you to come back and recline back flat on your mat. I will join you down there in just a moment. And as always, give yourself these first few moments and rounds of breath just to find yourself within the space. Like I said before, we're going to be working a lot on grounding ourselves down. So as you come to lay down and begin to connect the back of your body to the mat, I really want you to think about all of those points of connection on the back of the body to the floor, what that feels like for you. And it could be simple as just feeling a bit of pressure to the back of the head, the shoulders, the bum, and the legs. Or maybe you're starting to feel some of your natural imbalances through the body, right? So for me, the right side of my pelvis tends to tilt forward more than the left side. So maybe you can start to feel a little bit of those differences between your left and right sides. Maybe you feel a little hunched in that left shoulder. Making subtle adjustments here. We can't fix everything, but maybe just beginning to acknowledge and allow yourself to even out. And as we do this, just checking in with the rest of the body as well. Noticing if you feel tension or tightness anywhere in particular. And again, we might not be able to release all of that in these first few moments of class, and that's okay. Just coming to notice, observe, and connect. And as we begin to soften through the body, the belly can relax, and the spine can begin to melt down into the mat. The eyes can soften or close. And as we find ourselves here in this present moment, feeling supported by the earth beneath and the possibility of expansion through the space around us, we can start to tune in with the rhythm of our breath. And as we start to connect with this natural pattern, the gentle rise and fall of the chest, we can slowly begin to take control, building the breath, lengthening, expanding, and deepening. If you'd like to incorporate the Ujjayi, taking the breath to the back of the throat to help with control. And gradually coming to that count, perhaps of 5 or 6 with each inhale and each exhale. We'll continue breathing this way for 5 more rounds. Expanding once more, breathing in and out. And finding yourself back within your natural pace of breath. You can gently begin to move out through the hands and the feet, pointing and flexing, rolling through the wrists and the ankles, starting to bring that energy up the limbs. And then find yourself in stillness. On an inhale, we'll reach and extend the arms up overhead, point the toes. Exhale, float the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the legs, give yourself a little hug. And before we start to rock from side to side here, take a moment and just enjoy the feeling of the whole length of the spine flat on the mat. So feeling that connection with the low back, the shoulder blades grounding down, and even the back of the neck, while it's lifted, is relaxing. Then we can begin to rock from side to side, massaging the back. Come back into center, and we're going to roll the knees around, so keeping the legs together and just circling, allowing a massage for the low spine, the sacrum area. And we'll go a few times in both directions. So when we're targeting the glute muscles in the strengthening practice today, we also are inadvertently stretching and strengthening the hips. So now we're going to continue to circle out the legs, but we'll open the legs wide apart and begin to bring some movement into the hip joints, as well as a massage through the whole back of the pelvis, through the SI joint. And reversing the direction. And bring the knees back into the chest. Let the arms fall open. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees to the right for our spinal twist. We can always take a block under or between the legs if they don't comfortably reach the floor, so we can ground the shoulders down, maybe look to the left. And just surrender here. Allow the spine to begin waking up. Find that deep, easy breath. Using the strength of your belly, we'll inhale, knees through center. And exhale to the left side. Ground the shoulders, relax the legs, maybe looking to the right. Inhale, knees coming back through center. Then go ahead, plant your feet. Keep your knees bent. And we're going to set up for a bridge. So walking the shoulders down just a little bit. Feet hip distance. Exhale, flatten your low back to the floor. Feel the belly tuck in. Inhale, press the feet into the mat as we lift the hips, peeling the spine up. Beginning to open up into the chest. And allow the back of your head to gently slide toward the top of the mat, creating a little bit of space between your chin and your chest. Now I want you to think about really engaging into the bum, and I don't mean clenching so hard that you start to feel it in the tailbone region. I mean turning on the lowest part of the bum area here, and that's just finding a little extra lift, a little extra pressure from the feet. And then I'm sure we've all heard of Kegel exercises. So there's a little bit of a muscular clench in the groin area we can incorporate here as well. We call it the Muladhara Bandha. And this is going to come into play throughout the practice today. So just acquainting yourself with the feeling of those muscle groups deep within the low body, turning on. Take a breath in. And exhale, we're going to release back down. We're going to come back up in just a moment, but allow the spine to reset as you come down. Soften, take a breath. This time as we come up, as we start to lift the hips, I want you to engage through those deep muscles. So exhale, flatten your low back to the floor, and then start to clench down there. Inhale, lift the hips, feel the strength, the power coming up onto the shoulders, and then keep that firm, solid action, that support in the low body. We'll heel toe the right foot one step in toward the center, ground that right foot down, and on an inhale, left leg will rise. Go ahead and point and flex that left foot, and then just take a little peek down. Make sure that left hip isn't popping up too far, but staying fairly in line with the right hip. You're going to roll the ankle around. And we're breathing this whole time. Finding stillness. Really press that right foot down. Take a big breath in. Exhale, left foot to the mat. Shift your weight around, even it out between the feet. Engage and breathe. Left foot scoots to the center, ground it, root it down. Inhale, right foot rises. Hips are squared off. Pointing, flexing the right foot. Rolling the ankle. Feel the power of the left leg. And bring the right foot to stillness. Breathe in. Exhale, right foot down. Even your weight out between the feet. We'll take 2 more big breaths here. Breathing in one last time. And exhale, slowly reset the spine down to the mat. Take a breath. And find your strap. We'll begin with the left foot. So extend the right foot forward on the mat. And we'll float the left foot into the chest. Strap goes around the ball of the left foot. And we'll begin to extend it up toward the ceiling. We want both legs to stay active, so both feet are flexed. And as we stretch up and back through this left leg, we're going to be pressing down and out with the right. Upper body's relaxed, face is relaxed. Take the strap in the left hand close to the toes. We're going to keep that right hip grounded down as we open the left leg out to the side. Nice and slow, find the stretch to the inner thigh, as well as opening to that outer left hip. Feet still flexed, right leg still engaged. Inhale, slowly move through center. And we'll take the strap in the right hand. Left arm can ground you to the side as we bring the leg to the right side of your mat. It does not have to reach the floor. Return to your breath. Right leg is still active. Inhale through center. 2 more big breaths here. Find the length through the back of that left leg. Check back in with the right. Breathing in. Exhale. Maybe we can deepen the stretch just a little bit. 1 more full breath. Inhale, remove the strap. Exhale, left leg floats down. Soften, take a breath. Right foot floats in. Strap on the right foot, extend it up. Remember, as we find this lift up and back, left leg goes down and out. Both feet flexed, relax the upper body and breathe. Strap in the right hand, left hip grounded as we open to the side, nice and slow. Inhale to center. Strap in the left hand, and we'll move to the opposite side. Inhale to center. Engage back into both legs. We're going to take 2 more big breaths here. Maybe we move deeper on the exhale. Inhale, remove the strap. Exhale, right foot floats down, nice and slow. Place your strap off to the side. And once your right foot is down, soften everything. Take a breath. Knees floating into the chest. Hands between the calves and the thighs. We're going to start to rock and roll up the spine. So start finding some good momentum. And as we come up, we'll cross at the ankles, bring the hands forward, and we'll press the feet back, coming into a tabletop position. So moving into the center of the mat. Fingertips spread wide, circling up around the wrists to begin. Going around in both directions, and then we'll come to the top of the left hand and circle out here as well. And shake out the left hand, and we'll move to the top of the right. And we'll shake out the right hand. Coming back into table, we're going to go through 5 cat-cows. Inhale, lengthening to cow. Exhale, round to cat. Moving with your own pace of breath. One more time. And exhale. Inhale, come back through your center, neutral table. On your next inhale, right toes are going to reach out behind. Keep them grounded and press the heel toward the back of the mat. As you do that, feel the low belly tuck up and in, and the tailbone lengthen down toward the heel. Engage those deep muscles, just like we did on our back before, and start to lift that right foot. Feel the right side of the bum turn on. And we're just engaging here. We're not creating movement. I just want you to feel the strength of this whole pelvic area here. So from the deepest muscles that are way inside to the outer muscles, those superficial large muscles of the glutes, to the legs, and even the belly, the core turning on to help us stay supported. Breathe in, exhale, table. Inhale, left toes reach behind, ground the toes, press the heel back. Spine lengthens, belly tucking in. Engage that Muladhara Bandha, those deep muscle clenching here, and then lift that left leg. Find your breath and really connect with this engagement of the body. So not only is this left glute turning on, but this right leg is supporting us, this hip that is still grounded on the mat. We want that to stay strong and engaged as well. Breathing in. Exhale, left toes down to table. Inhale through cow. Exhale to cat. Coming back through table. Keeping the knee bent, so we're going to be coming into some, it might be a little bit difficult, but there's a few variations that we can do here. And if you've taken classes with me before, we've done this before. So we're going to be coming into our little fire hydrant leg lift position, and then we're going to be doing a few different positions from there. So begin to ground into the right leg, even out through the hands. Belly tucking in. On an inhale, we're going to keep the left knee bent, but open it to the side. And then tuck that right hip underneath. We don't want it loose. and buckling out to the side here. We want it to be supportive. Slowly extend that left knee back as though we're circling it. Knee is still bent. And then gently open it to the side again. So we're just creating some movement in that left hip joint. Slow movement, circling it around to the back. And then gently turning open to the side. 2 more times. Right leg is still strong, supporting us from underneath. Coming back. Opening to the side, feel the belly engage. Option here to straighten that left leg. Bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the knee. Two more times. Once more. Bending. Inhale, extend that left leg way back. Look forward. And exhale to table. Shake out the hands. Moving into the right side. Inhale, opening that right knee out to the side. Left leg is strong and supporting us underneath. Then slowly turning the hip so that right knee extends back. We're still bent at the knee. And then exhale, open to the side. Inhale, coming back, slightly turning into the hip. And exhale to the side. Coming back, breathe in. And exhale to the side. Last time, coming back. And open. Inhale, perhaps we straighten that right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. 4 times. Last round. Bending. Inhale, reach way back slowly. Exhale to table. Shake out the hands. Coming back to table, tuck the toes, hands walk a step or 2 in front, look forward, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back, belly pressing toward the thighs. Pedal out the feet. Let the head go between the arms. We're pressing into the palms of the hands, not the fingertips. Finding stillness. Find the breath. On an inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bend the knee, shift your weight forward, planting the foot between the hands and the left knee grounds, low lunge. Look forward. Strong legs, squeeze everything into the center. Inhale, arms reaching forward and up to frame the ears. Press the hips forward. A little back bend here. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, arms peel back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring the hands down. As the hands come down, we're going to scoot that left foot here over to the right side of the mat. You might have to pick up the knee, moving it into the center. We're going to come back to Gomukhasana, cow face. So slowly start to shift your weight back. And as we do, we'll slide the right foot to the left side of the mat, stacking the knees. We can take a block here underneath the bum. And then gently ground ourselves down. And as you start to create some space in the hips and find balance between both the sit bones, you may be able to take the block out from under. The knees stacking. It's okay if the feet are not completely aligned, but if you have room for it without pain, scoot that right foot back and try to align it with the left. If that is uncomfortable, please leave your foot where it is. We can always come into a half lotus position here if this is too much, with the right foot resting on the left thigh. If we're in Gomukhasana, take a moment and sit with the sensation. What we're creating here is some space and stretch, especially in the gluteus medius, which is going to be doing a lot of support throughout the rest of the practice. So we want to make sure that we have some space and give it a little bit of attention. If you've taken my classes, you all know that I hate this posture, which means that I need to do it more, and I am becoming more familiar with it, but it is very intense for me, which I know that's probably the case for a lot of you. So feel free to modify or come out at any moment. We're just sitting here today. We're not going to do any variations, but if you would like to take one, if it's within your practice to add in the arms or incorporate a fold, I invite you to do that now because we're going to take 5 more deep breaths here. If you're just holding in this position, think about the belly still engaging, the spine is long, chin lifted from the chest, and relax the shoulders. One more full round of breath. If you took a variation, I invite you to come back to this position. And we're going to come out pretty much the way we came in. So slowly, very slow movements here. We'll bring the right foot forward. Hands framing the body. We're going to shift our weight forward. Walk the hands up. Scoot the right foot up. And we're essentially back in our low lunge here. We may be able to scoot that left knee back a little bit and square off the hips. Breathe here. Tuck the left toes. Inhale, lift the knee. Plant the hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. Look back at the feet. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend the knee, weight shifts forward as we plant the foot between the hands and ground the right knee for the low lunge. Squeezing everything into the center. Inhale, arms reach up. Hip bones press forward, relax the shoulders. Find that engagement through the whole lower body. Little back bend. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, arms peel back. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hands come down. As the hands come down, we're going to turn that right foot to the left side of the mat. You might have to scoot the knee over. As we shift our weight backwards, we'll drag the left foot with us towards the right side of the mat, beginning to stack the knees. Block can come under the bum. For Gomukhasana, cow face. We can always take the block out from under, and you can always come to half lotus, that cross-legged position with the left foot resting on top of the right thigh. Take a moment to find your center. Usually takes me several breaths to kind of come into position here, and that might be the case for you as well. So take your time with it. We'll be here for a few moments. The knees are beginning to stack. And again, we're trying to align the feet, but it's okay. If they are not aligned today, we don't want to cause pain. And as we settle into the posture here, we can have the hands on the feet. Think about lengthen the spine. Chin lifted from the chest. We're going to begin our 5 deep breaths. If you'd like to take a further variation from here, I invite you to do that now. Or simply just give in to this posture and breathe with me. One more round. If you took a variation, coming back to neutral. We're going to come out the way we came into it very slowly. Start to extend that left foot forward. Hands framing the body. Use the hands to shift the weight forward. Lengthening the right foot back. Left foot can scoot forward back to our low lunge. Take a moment here. Look forward. Breathe in and out. Tuck the right toes. Inhale, lift the knee. This time as we exhale, stepping to the top of the mat and folding down over the feet. Release the upper body, let it go. Soften into the knees. Grab opposite elbows and sway if that feels good. Release the arms, find stillness. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Soften into the knees. We're going to roll up to stand. Big breath in as we lengthen up through the legs. Belly pulling up and in as we round up the spine. Arms come out to the side, reaching up. Look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And release into mountain. We're going to spend a moment here in mountain because I really want to emphasize the importance of finding our foundation and rooting down, especially how we connect with the feet. So look down at the feet, lift and spread the toes so you can take up a little bit more space. And then think about where you're putting the most pressure. I have a tendency to lean forward, so I know I'm going to shift that weight back into my heels and then try to even out between the left ball and the right ball of my foot. So I'm not really worried about my upper body just yet because I want to create that solid foundation at the very, very bottommost point of connection to the mat. This is going to come in handy in just a moment. Soft bend to the knees is okay, but if you want to power up here, straighten the legs enough so that you can engage the quads by lifting the kneecaps. Neutralize the pelvis, feel the belly tucking in. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down the back. Palms can face forward or in toward the body, whatever feels more comfortable for you or wherever you would like to direct your energy. Bring the chin parallel to the floor. So we're embodying the strength and stability of a mountain in this posture, right? So really thinking about this floor to foot connection, but also the ability for expansion and this ethereal realm as well. Now I invite you to soften or close the eyes. And you're going to see right away if you close the eyes, your balance might be thrown off, right? Because we took away our drishti, our focal gaze. That's okay. Root down through the feet. Feel the strength of the legs, the support of your own body here, the support of your breath. We're going to take 5 breaths just like this. You can also flutter the eyes open slightly if having them closed is too much. Breathe in. Exhale, soften the body. Slightly dip the head toward the floor, and you can begin to flutter open the eyes. And inhale, bring your gaze back through center. Shake out the legs. And then this is where I invite you to kind of have the wall within reach here, even if it's just one hand against the wall. And if you do have the wall, we're going to be having it on our right side to start. So we're going to come back to the top of the top third of the mat here because we want a little bit of space in front and some space behind us. So we're in the top third of the mat. We can start with hands to the hips, hands to the heart, or hands out to the side. We're going to be doing some balance. I'm going to start with hands to my hips and take a soft bend to both knees. Slowly begin to shift my weight into my right foot. I'm going to bring my left toes in front, keeping them on the mat, then out to the left, and then behind. I'm trying to keep to the left and in front. We're going to continue to circle around like this. So forward, side, back. Slowly keeping the toes touching down in each position. And I really want you to think about the support of the standing leg. So we're not floppy in this leg. The glute, the right glute is strong. The foot is rooting down. At any point, we can bring that right hand to the wall. One more time to the front, to the side, and in front. Now we're going to be doing some half moon shapes. So we're going to cut out the side toe tap, and we're just going to be going from the front to the back. And you'll notice as I come back, I'm shifting my torso forward slightly to counterbalance. Front and behind. Slow movements. Front and behind. Belly is engaged. Support from the core. Front, behind, front, and behind. I'm going to hold here. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart now. You can keep them to the hips, to the side, or to the wall. And we're going to be shifting our weight forward slightly, just like we were. So torso slightly coming forward. We're going to lift the left toes and tap them down. So a little bit of a warrior 3 setup here. Really probably starting to feel that right leg talking to you. So really direct your breath down into that supporting right leg. Last time, lift. Toes tap down, bring your torso to neutral. And then bending that left knee, I'm dragging my toes on the floor and tucking the left knee into the chest. Straighten the left leg, bend the knee. We can always bring the toes down if you need to. You don't have to lift too high. You can even drag the toes along the mat. Bending and extending, slow movements. This time as we bend the left knee, shift your torso forward. Left toes come back, tap on the mat. Inhale, shift your weight back, knee in the chest. Coming back, toes can tap. Forward, knee lifts. This time extend the leg, breathing. Exhale, bend the knee. Toes can come down, shift your weight back. This time we're going to ground those left toes for the high lunge. Maybe shifting the weight around a little bit here to alleviate some of that intensity in this right leg. Lift and spread those right toes. Maybe arranging the foot a little bit here. On an inhale, we'll reach the arms up to frame the ears. And then think about pushing those hip bones forward so the tail is long. Make sure the right knee is not going past the ankle. Take a breath in. As we exhale, bring the hands into the heart, and we're going to dip the left knee down. We're not pushing our weight forward, and we're not bringing the movement from the knee itself, but from the glutes and the legs and the feet. Coming up with an inhale, exhale, dip it down. So allow that support to come from the leg, not the knee. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. You're going to feel that right hip really talking here. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Hold here. Press back through that left heel a little bit. Turn on the quad, turn on the glute. Take some strain off of the knee. Inhale, coming up. Full breath. Inhale, arms up to frame the ears. Exhale, step forward to chair. So slowly shift your weight to that right foot. Left foot comes forward, squatting down. Make sure you can see the toes. Tail tucking under, look forward. Coming to engage the Muladhara Bandha. So feel the clenching come up from the pelvic area in all the way up to the low belly. So the lowest part of the glutes are doing a lot of the support here. Weight is shifting back into the heels. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe we deepen the squat just a little bit. Inhale, up to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Release the hands. Shake out the legs. I invite you now to maybe switch sides so that you can now have your left hand near the wall. And I'm going to switch sides of the mat. Excuse me while I make a quick adjustment. And remember, we're in the top third of the mat here. And I'm going to start with hands to my hips. But again, if you want to have one hand to the wall, hands to the heart, or hands up to the side for balance, it's totally up to you. Taking a soft bend to the knees. And then shifting the weight into that left foot. Slowly start to bring the right toes forward, tap them on the mat, to the side, to the back. As we come back, weight slightly shifts forward. Side, front, side, back. Left leg strong, side, front. Continuing to cycle around. Tapping in each spot until we start to feel some heat building in that left leg. Slow movements, being mindful of your breath. This time as we come forward, we'll pause, toes in front, and we're going to start the half moon shape, slowly. Toes back, toes in front. Back, torso comes forward, front, neutralize the spine. Feel that left foot rooting down. It's okay to wiggle, but that's what the wall is here for. This time, as those right toes come back, we'll slowly shift our weight forward. I'm going to bring hands to the heart here. And again, I'm really turning on through that left leg. I'm going to start those toe lifts. And it's up to you how high you lift the foot. Obviously, the higher you go, the more challenge it will be. Belly is pulling in. Breathing. One more time. I'm going to slowly bring my torso to neutral, dragging my right toes along the mat as I start to bend the right knee, bring it up into the chest. Starting to straighten that right leg. Bend the knee. And again, we can do this with the toes still on the mat. Just kicking forward. Obviously, if you lift the leg up higher, you get more of a challenge. Bend the knee. Shift the weight back, tap the toes. Come forward, knee bent. Shift the weight back, tap the toes. Nice and slow. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, this time straighten that right foot. Exhale, bend. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale, straighten. Last time, exhale. Inhale, forward, straighten. Softly come down. Inhale, right toes come back. Ground the toes, finding that high lunge. So shift your foot around a little bit here. Make a little bit of movements to alleviate some of that tension, that energy we're building in the left foot. Lift and spread those toes. Make sure the knee is not going past the ankle. Hip bones pressing forward. And we want the right heel to press back. Hands to the heart to start. Inhale, arms can come up to frame the ears. Exhale, hands to the heart. As we do so, we're dipping that right knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, coming down. We're pressing out through the right heel. And remember, the motion here is not coming from straining the knee to lift up and down. It's from the strength of the legs, the strength of the feet, the connection to the earth. And we're trying as hard as we can not to move that left knee around, but keeping it firmly stacked over the ankle. We're going to dip down and hold, breathe. Inhale, lift. Full breath. Inhale, arms come up to frame the ears. Exhale, step forward to chair. Slowly, right foot to meet the left. We're squatting down. Make sure you can see the toes. Belly tucking in. The tail is long. If it feels okay, look forward. And then Muladhara Bandha. Engage. Bring that pelvic floor up. Squatting. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. 3 breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And release. Shake out the legs. And then we're going to come to stand on the long side of the mat. We're going to start to wind down, but we're going to be going through a few variations of Goddess. So we're going to step fairly wide apart, toes turning to the outer corners, heels coming in. So not so wide that you're straining to find balance, but enough so that you can keep those gluteus medius, the outer glute muscles engaged, and root down through the feet. Hips are tucking under. Inhale, arms reaching up. And as we begin to squat here, I want you, so before when we were coming into some of these postures, we were finding a little bit of lift as we came up, like when we were in bridge. This time as we squat down, I want you to engage that lift of the pelvic floor, the Muladhara Bandha. So inhale, arms come up. And as we begin to bend into the knees, clenching into that group of deep muscles, bend into the elbows, cactus arms. Hips are pressing forward. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Inhale, left hand reaches up and over to the side, side bend. Not sinking into this right side body, but finding length up and over through the left. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale to the hip. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale to the side. Breathing. Breathe through the heat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, both hands to the hips. Inhale to stand. 3 breaths. This time we're going to come down. We're going to be bringing the hands behind us. You can grasp fingers, wrists, or opposite elbows. I'm also going to give you the option to come up onto the toes. So definitely a little more challenging. And again, as we come down, we're engaging, lifting that pelvic floor, finding those muscles turning on. So arms come behind, find your position. I'm going to take opposite elbows. Breathing in. Exhale to squat. Feel those muscles engage. Feel the booty supporting you. As we come down, maybe we come onto the right toes and bring the right heel down. Maybe we lift the left heel. Bring the left heel down. Maybe we lift them both. Really strong. Torso is still straight. Heels down. Stand. And release. Bring the legs together. Shake it out. Good work, guys. Come to the top of the mat. We're going to begin to wind down for real this time. Find your breath. Inhale, arms reach out to the side and up. Exhale, we'll swan dive forward over the feet. Soften into the knees as you come down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Plant the hands, step both feet back to a high plank, and then ground the knees to table. So one more little thing before we come down to our backs. We're going to be coming up to stand on the knees. So if you have a hardwood floor and you want to fold your mat over for a little extra cushion on the knees, I invite you to do that now. And when you're ready, we're going to come up, pushing the hip bones forward so the hips are stacking over the knees, hands to the hips. Find your breath. Shift your weight. I'm going to mirror you, so shift your weight into your left knee and slowly extend your right leg to the side, toes pointing forward. And then if you started to dip this way, bring your torso back to center. So nice tall spine. And we want this right leg, this right quad to be really strong and engaged. Press the hips forward. We're going to take the right hand to the outer right thigh. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale for a little side bend. Let that right hand travel down the right leg. Big extension up through the side body. Maybe we look up to that left elbow. Engage through the core. Inhale, reach up with both hands. Exhale, left hand comes down. Place it on the mat underneath the shoulder, and we'll reach the right arm to the side. Low belly is tucking in so the tailbone stays long. Feel that left hip really pushing forward. And with that strong right leg, we can start to shift the weight into that left hand and maybe lift the right foot. Again, we're starting to turn on that gluteus medius, the outer glute muscle. Breathing. You can always tap the toes down, maybe tapping and lifting if having the leg extended up is too much. Breathe in. Exhale, right foot down, strong belly, hip bones press forward. Inhale, lift the torso and both hands up, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart and knees together. Hands to the hips. Press the hips forward, left leg to the side, toes forward. Strong left leg. Left hand slides down the leg as we inhale, reach the right hand up, and exhale for the bend. Strong belly, both arms lift. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down under the shoulder as we reach the left hand to the side. Hips pressing forward, belly strong. Really strong in that right leg. And maybe we lift that left foot. And we can always tap the toes or bring the toes down if this is too much. Inhale. Exhale, left foot down. Strong belly. Inhale, lift up with both arms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Knees together. Breathe in. And exhale, bring the hands down. We'll come to table. Cross the feet behind you. Bum down, feet forward. We're going to begin to wind down here. In the center of the mat, our half boat position. Tall spine, arms to the side. Breathe in. Exhale, start to pull the navel way back. Dipping the lower spine down and beginning to roll all the way. Relax the head, the arms, and the legs. Take a big breath into the belly, let it out with a sigh. Float the knees to the chest, wrap the arms around the legs, give yourself a squeeze, rock from side to side. Finding stillness in center, we're going to hug the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg forward on the mat. Taking the right knee out and around the rib cage and tucking the knee as close as you can toward the right armpit. Flex both feet. So as we open this right leg out to the side, we're also incorporating a stretch into the hip. Now feel the low back flatten to the floor, the low belly tuck in, and maybe we hover that left foot over the mat. Breathing. You can ground the left foot and bring the right knee back in over the chest. We're going to set up for a twist here. So you might want to just scoot to the right side of your mat a little bit. You're going to take your right knee in your left hand. Right arm falls out to the side. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, use the left hand to guide the right knee over to the left. Does not have to reach the floor. Maybe we place the right foot on the left knee or leg for support. We want that right shoulder to stay grounded down. Turn to the deep, full breath. And start to let everything slow down. Using an inhale, coming back through center. Right knee is in the chest, and we'll float the left knee in. Hugging the left knee in, we'll extend the right leg, and then open the left leg out around the ribs, and begin to tuck the knee in toward the armpit. Flex the feet, shoulders relaxed. Flatten the low back, flatten the belly, and maybe we hover that right foot over the mat. Come to your breath. Ground the right foot and bring the left knee back in over the chest. This is where you might want to scoot to the left just a little bit. Left arm to the side, right hand on the knee. Take a breath in. As we exhale, we'll guide the knee to the right. Left shoulder stays grounded. We're not forcing the leg to the floor. We're just applying gentle pressure. Maybe your foot rests on the right leg or knee if that is more comfortable for you. Inhale, moving through center. Left knee in the chest. Right knee into the chest. Flex both feet. This time opening both knees out and around the ribs, tucking them up toward the armpits. You're going to feel the tailbone start to lift a little bit here, but keep it grounded down. Low back flat to the floor. Belly tucking in slightly. Shoulders relaxed. Once more, engage that Muladhara Bandha, that clenching of those pelvic floor muscles. Breathe in and release. Tuck the knees back into the chest. Wrap both arms around the legs. We're going to bring the nose up toward the knees. We're going to be coming in to clench the whole body in this nice little ball and then release right back to Shavasana. So nose to the knees and then engage everything. Squeeze the fingers, the toes, the legs, the arms, the belly. Breathe in. Exhale. Shavasana. If you'd like to take any little last minute adjustments or stretches, feel free to do that now. Or if you're ready to release right from here, tuck the shoulder blades under. Relax the spine. And begin to soften or close the eyes. Connecting again with your natural breath. And beginning to release. Just as we began our class, we'll slowly start to come back into our pattern of deep breath. Building with each inhale and exhale. Finding the expansion and the control and the release. We'll continue this deep breathing for 5 more rounds. And then I invite you to lose control altogether. To challenge yourself how much you can submit and surrender to this most important posture of our practice. Allow your breath to deepen again. Slowly bringing awareness back to the body, wiggling out the toes and the fingers. Rocking the head gently from side to side. Once more on an inhale, reach and extend your arms up overhead, lengthening out the whole body. Exhale to release. One last time, I invite you to float your knees to the chest and wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a very big hug. This is your moment to find gratitude for yourself, for your abilities, for your choice to show up to the mat today. Whenever you're ready, rolling to one side. And using an inhale, make your way up to your most comfortable seated position. We'll take the hands to the heart. And if you care to join me, we'll end practice with a round of Om. Start by taking an inhale. Exhale all the stale air. One more breath in for Om. Thank you so much for practicing along with me today and for all of your continued support. I hope you stay healthy and pleasantly occupied with your time. And I look forward to next time. Namaste.